Yep. Hi, I'm Tom Hignite, and this is another guerrilla shooting. No special lighting. Lights going down fairly early. It's late fall, December 1st. How about that? So we're seeing a view here of a house that is a unnamed model for us. So I can't tell you to refer to a certain floor plan. But this is a version of the house that's right next door. If I could have you point down the way just a little bit. That white house here is a ranch. It looks like a two-story because it has windows up, but it's a ranch. And the bluish, tannish, whatever one at the end, that one is also the same house as the white one. It's a ranch, but it happens to have a one room upstairs as a loft. But this is the same house. We had some folks that came and saw that, which we've called those the reinvented ranch. We've used that term on other homes, so you can't necessarily go to a video that says reinvented ranch and say this is the one. But it's the one that has the loft in it, if you look, the one at the end. So yeah, anyway, if you're looking at our guerrilla videos, we start off by looking at the outside of the home, so let's do that. The outside of this home is the same house as that, but we put the two bedrooms upstairs. So you see how it's taller here in the middle. We've done a very tall great room, and we're going to show you all that, but let's walk around, just show you the outside. So the outside of the home has a false windows up on top of the garage, and you can't see the turret, but you will see it from this side a little bit. So one of the things I do when I'm trying to design a home is give you some sort of an instant curb appeal. Unfortunately, it's hard to do with a house like this because it kind of demands that your garage be on the high side, which is on the right side, but your appeal looks better coming from this way. This is actually your main way you're entering and viewing the homes. So I created a turret up here. Let's go down a little bit more. So the turret up on top would give you some sort of visual interest. I call this four-sided architecture. If you've watched my videos before, you know what that term is. It talks about having architectural interest on all four sides. A lot of homes today are one-sided architecture, just the front. The sides are very plain. So here you're seeing a lot of detail. Let's get a little closer here, shall we? A lot of detail on the side of the home while we still have a little bit of daylight. We just planted the lawn. This was such an unusual year this November that we were able to plant and seed up until just very recently. 50 degrees today, maybe a little shy of that. So look at the side here. We have some very interesting roof lines going on. So when you're approaching the home, you can see that we've got panels above the flat panels above the windows and above the and below some of the windows on the back. Be real careful, cameraman, as you walk down here. We don't want to have our first guerrilla video that our cameraman trips. It might be an interesting one, but we try not to turn off unless we have a camera problem or unless we run out of batteries or something. So if I say something wrong, we just go right past it, hence the guerrilla shooting idea. So here we have the windows on the master bedroom on this corner. So we're looking out a great big bank of windows. When you go inside, you'll be able to relate to that a little bit. Let's step over here a little bit. Let's get the whole back of the house. Okay. Four-sided architecture, you can see how we brought up a false wood corner board. It's not really on a corner. That white board, that's vertical. We've wrapped all the windows, done something interesting architecturally. We have a deck board there for a future deck. This is a walkout basement, although the lot itself is not really a walkout lot. It's more of a lookout lot. Here, come on closer. We've done the same thing on the home right beyond the back of the other ranch. Now let's take a look at that ranch for a moment. That's the same house as this. See the master bedroom windows on the corner there? And if you look again at this one, you see the master bedroom windows on the corner there. If you look, we're going to Zizzy go back and forth a little bit. If you go over there, you'll see the one kitchen window, the patio door, and then a bank of three windows. Come back to this one. You see the one kitchen window, the patio doors, the three bank of windows there. So the two bedrooms up are kind of in the center. So it has a nice interesting look to the back of the home. Come around. So in order to make this non-walkout basement lot a walkout lot, because of the slopes of the land, you can't always do that on every lot, we were able to plow out an area here, build a couple of retaining walls into the entire situation to the house. They're built right into the basement walls themselves, made out of poured concrete, just like the walls of the house itself. Have some brick pattern on it. And there you're getting a little bit of a tease peek of the great room. Isn't that nice? And it has a little bit of a problem out here in this lot because I have this great big master bedroom window on this, as you can see, and the people sleeping in there are going to be looking right over at these big windows, and the people in there are going to be looking right over at those big windows. So what did I do? Well, I planted a tree right in the middle of the two so that in the view line you're not immediately seeing into those windows. Yeah, step on over here so you can get a view of the side of the home. Another tripping hazard over here. You see the way that this works, and how we've done again that fourth side on the architecture. You've seen the front, you've seen the one side, and you've seen the back. So you're now at the right elevation of the home, as in the right side of the home. Now let's continue down. You can see the difference between a sodded lawn on this house next door and a non-sodded but a seed planted, but that'll look real good in spring. You can see we have a hardy plank exterior, again with the panels over the top, and it's good to get that long view. We've done some interesting thing with the stones and the brick, how we've kind of, not necessarily the color, but just the placement of it. Yeah, come on a little closer over here. Let's walk right up the front sidewalk. I particularly like a few of the things we've done here. This is not an extraordinarily contemporary home, but it does have a lot of contemporary aspects to it. It's a what I would call an arts and crafts influenced, or perhaps a craftsman influenced. What I'm trying to do out here is create a sidewalk to the front of each house, because to me, an older fashioned feel in a neighborhood has a sidewalk going to the front of the home. So that's what we have here. You can see we have several steps. If this is a two-story home, you have no problem doing that, doing the steps. So come on up. We've done a nice wide, 6-foot wide set of steps here. If this was a model home, there'd be furniture inside. There is not. So you're going to have to use a little bit of imagination. If this was a model home, we'd have a couple of flower pots here, a bench on each side. Not a model. Take a look at the front of this, looking up here. I love the peak of this, how we've done some neat things with some brackets. Those are not 5-pond foam type brackets. Those are just wood that's been laminated together and then treated with a special product to make it last a long time. You can see all the inset panels up here, how we've incorporated. Here, step over just a little bit this way. Looking up at these inset panels, you see how we've incorporated that little indentation up there with the windows kind of flowing around. That's an unusual feature, something that defines the home. Originally, when I designed the home, I must say I'm missing something in this home that should be there, and it's not. It was part of my original design. But you know, the owners are happy with it, and that's what's important, right? This roof line that's going right through here, which is kind of predominant and kind of steep, was supposed to have been standing metal seam, which is like a metal roof, as an accent, kind of in a gray color going up here. There were a couple of other things that the clients that were buying the home, that saved $2,000-3,000 not to do that. Maybe it was more than that. I forget the price honestly, but there you are. So they didn't do it. If you take a look at, come a little closer, we've used the obscured glass windows to great effect on the garage. One of the nice things about this design is 2 of the stalls of the garage are built into the main body of the house. So therefore, this is a 3-car side entry garage, you may recall. When you looked at it from the other side, we didn't talk about it, but we only have one of the stalls sticking out in front of the home. We're able to take and do obscured glass windows, so you don't have to have cobwebby curtains, and from the inside you don't have to clean your curtains all the time. But look at the little design here where we've got the wide 12-inch board with the extra little 2-inch and a 2.5-inch wide piece on top of it. Kind of flows all the way around the home. A lot of the ceiling lights and a lot of lighting we get here is pretty interesting. These lights could have another light bulb right on top. You see how there's one on the bottom here? Get a little closer, you can see this. These pull off, they're really neat. I was able to special order these. A little cold out today, but there we are. See, they just pull right off. A little bit of a rubber thing here. And I can put another one on the top, but I wanted to put the emphasis of the lighting down. So didn't do that. But I think they're really beautiful. The way that this was finished out, we also put another one of these light fixtures over here. Now on this one, if I had a ladder and had a light bulb, I would probably put a light bulb on the top of that too. So it would kind of shine up, shine down, really give yourself a nice accent on the stone. We have a couple more of those on, some more lights on the other side of the home, not this type. I particularly like the ceiling lights here. I don't know if the video can catch this adequately, but if you come up over here and look at this, these lights are kind of a contemporary look. I'll walk down here, you can stay there, and you see how this has this kind of a half moon. It shines down on both sides. I found this at a home improvement store, and these were actually new lights that were just out that were supposed to go on the outside of the building flat. And I'm looking around and say, why couldn't that work on an upper one? It kind of gives a nice look. So they're just kind of repurposing something. We have our touch lock here, which can get us in or not. Let me see if I can remember the code here. Oh my gosh, this is the first time for guerrilla shooting. Sean, let's see. We'll try another one. Nope, didn't work. Well, you know, I talk about turning off camera for certain reasons. I'm going to have to go in the garage, go around, and open this up. So we'll break the rule of guerrilla shooting, and we'll be right back with you. Well, you're about 30 seconds later. We remembered the code. We tried a couple of them, and there we go. So in popping the door open, we'll do like we do in other videos. I'm going to go all the way in, and you can kind of follow me, just kind of staying at the front door. I kick off my shoes, and here I go. Okay, this is going to look real familiar to anybody who's seen the ranch version of this home. The basic layout here is the same. Very big room. It's about 30 feet this way. This is just the seating area. You can set it up as you want because the flooring is all the same. There's a taller ceiling here. This is a 12-foot tall ceiling here. And then in the middle here, step over this way just a little bit. I want you to get yourself centered here and look up. I'm going to go way back by the fireplace. This is 16 and a half or thereabouts feet tall to the core, which I think is just really dynamite looking with this fireplace going, zooming straight up through it. Some of the lights here were picked out by myself. Some of the lights were picked out by the client. The client picked out these kind of snowflake ones, and I think they look pretty nice. We do have sort of a mix of items going on in here, but I haven't had anybody who's been through it yet say that they didn't like the lights. But here we have the box out soffit coming down. We have another box out soffit over here. The width of this room, by the way, is about 14, but it grows over to about 18 feet going in this area. A lot of times this is set up as your dining area. It doesn't have to be, but this is set up as a dining area. Let's do a four corner. You kind of did the one corner. You're doing the second corner now. I'm going to come over here and give you an idea of distance and size. And now let's go into the other corner if we can. All right. Four corner shot of a room, I think, is probably the best way to at least get some idea on video. I know it's hard to figure that out on a video as to what size things really are. But here you are. We've got, take a little look up. Go real slow there, Mr. Cameraman. Take a little look down. You can see I've got so much lighting going on in this room, and you'll see some of that from the fourth corner. You want to head over here and just kind of go over by the built-in dining table there, or sofa dinette table. Still haven't figured out a good name for that, although everybody seems to like it. We'll get into that in a moment. But here you see we were lighting up the corners of the home. This home, like many of my homes, have no furnishing needed in order to light them. You don't need lamps. We do have floor outlets in various spots for the lamps, but you can see how I have the uplighting on here, LED. This is a beautiful mantle shelf. You can see how we've taken and done the wall here with the same laminate wood product. Here, come on, step closer now. As we've done with the floor. So the floor laminate has a groove in it, slight groove here. It's good product, great look to it. And we've continued that going with no baseboard here, going right up the wall, hitting the the decor shelf, and then right up to the ceiling. Isn't that a nice look? All right, take a look at the front corner. Oh, what beautiful clouds we have out there. If I had my camera on me, I'd take a picture. Hey, I've got a camera. Come on over here. Take a look at these clouds. They look like something out of a storybook, don't they? Goodness gracious. Anyway, as good as I can design, God can do a better job, can he? Anyway, we have this corner, unlike our ranches of this variety, the corner is so tall that we're able to take advantage of that and use this. So if you had your dining room table right here, you'd be able to have that beautiful, beautiful look right there. So if you spin around, let's take a look at the foyer. You've given a kind of impression of the foyer. We have a glass rail here with a nice oak top. We're doing a lot with the oak tops that have a nice look to that with a little elevated lip right here. And then we go up from the drywall for the glass down here and down here on three sides of that. You can see how we've done some nice architectural detailing here with build outs, and how our carpenters have done a really nice job of doing a miter return here, and the opening on here is kind of a nice detail, I think. You see how, imagine trying to drywall that? My goodness, we are loved by our drywallers, or at least we challenge them quite a bit. So you can see how we're forcing your eye up with these boxes up here, with the boxes over here. Here, step over here, Mr. Cameraman. You can see on top of the boxes up here how we've lit that up with LEDs so that you really have a great pop coming up here. But we are in the foyer. This is ceramic tile on the floor. They look like wood, but it is ceramic tile. And it's a little bit of a tight quarter coat room, doorless coat room. You walk around the corner like you do in a movie theater when you're using a bathroom. So just kind of walk around here. We have a nice hanging area here, probably all of 4.5 feet. Then we have some little, I don't know, shelves here for some shoes or for some scarves or mittens or something. It's just kind of a neat little area. Nice enough spot right where you are. You could put a small chair. But coming out of there, if you come over here and look up at the top of the stairs here, we're going to do this a little unorthodox. We're going to take care of the upstairs first, okay, on our little tour that we're doing. And stand over here just a little bit more. I'm going to go up the stairs right away. And by go, give you an idea of size. I have a box here that I've built down out of drywall. You can see it from there. And it has a light on this side of the box. There's a light on this side of the box. There's a bug on the wall. There we are. And it kind of gives this impression, you can come up a little more, that this box would fit like a puzzle piece into this open square box here. See how I've got that set up? You're going to have to go over just a little bit to get a good view of that, because there you go, good angle. So this box here looks like it fits with this box here, and one comes out of the other. I painted it like a box with the white ceiling up here, so you're taking this piece out and put it over there. We've got a light here, an LED light shining there. So we've got 3 lights here where you would normally be able to do 1 light. We've got all these build downs where you'd normally be able to work with a flat ceiling. And then people always ask, why does one home cost a little more than another? These are the things, details, details. Take a look in here. This is the first thing you would see when you're coming up the stairs. And I'm going to step all the way in. This is a bathroom, and this is the public kids bathroom, as you call it. And this window is a false window, not a real one. On the other side, you'll see it in a moment when we get in the closet in the other room. Come over here. We have a cabinet over here for towels, quite deep. We have a cabinet over here. Here you have to move a little bit one way or the other to see any of this. Soft closed drawers. These are all well-born cabinets, dovetail constructed sides, good stuff. Beautiful sink. Love the countertops. Can you see that? We've got this is the FX series from our friends over at help me with the name here, Formica, common brand Formica. Neat light up here. See the little bubbles? I don't know if you can see that or not. I'll try to block out some of the light from you. But you see all the little bubbles, translucent type product, like a lucite or something on that nature. And again, I'll show you the cabinet here since you're a little closer now. You can see that. And there's also an elongated raised toilet here. And the flooring in here looks wonderful. It looks like a beach type product where you've got some great texture to it. This is a vinyl product that has a fiberglass mix in it. So it's a little exotic, a little different. Standard tub over here. Solid filled doors. Using the chrome finish in the home, I think it looks really nice when you have the chrome up against the whites and the darks. It just really looks very contemporary. And also a little retro at the same time, like a 1950s. Does that make sense? All right, this will become a nursery for these folks. And those are the windows that you saw from downstairs. Remember the little windows? And they really give you good privacy, but they give you a lot of light in here. And this is the little box coming out. And we'll do the four corners if you want to go over there and take a reversal of the room. You can see over here how this is set up. Nice long distance. I want to say this room is about 11 by, it depends where you measure it, of course, 11 by 13, 11 by 14. Pretty good size. Let's go in that corner over there. This is the walk-in closet over here, and a nice fan on the ceiling. And we'll do the fourth corner. Did you go over on this corner already? Remember, let's go over to this corner over here, okay? I thought we only did 3 corners. Yeah, we are. That corner is cut off a little bit. And let's go into that closet, okay? This is the walk-in closet. We do doorless closets quite often, but this is a door closet. So there you see what we have is we're built over the garage right here a little bit with just this closet. This is the lit up false window I had shown you before. You can see how that's all set up. And it has the LED light up above. This actually is more than a window, and it looks like it's a window. During the day, you would think that that's a backlit regular window, but it acts to light up that toilet area a little bit. So it is has more to it. While you're in this area, if you just look down at the floor, I think this is an interesting selection for carpet. It has a little pattern to it. It's not just a frisé or a shag carpet or what have you. Cut pile. It has a little bit of a definite pattern to it. So we've transitioned. The main floor was the dark wood, the coffee color. Here we've transitioned to white in the bedrooms and in the bathroom, but we're still mixing in the coffee. You can see around the floor. So when you mop the floors, you quarter round, take some of that dirtiness. In here, 2 windows looking to the back of the house. This is that back upper bedrooms, only 2 bedrooms up. We could go over the garage and do a nice sized bonus room there. 4 corner, let's go to, oh, there you go. You pick your corner, I'll go with it. So there you are on that corner. And if you go over to that corner, this is more of a 3-corner room. This is a doorless closet here. If you wanted to go in this corner, you'd see the doorless closet. It goes around the corner just like that one on first floor for the coat room. Only this is a little more substantial in size. We have an attic access in here, above here, and we have about 6.5, 7 feet of space here. Mental note, we've got a drywall repair here that needs to be touched up with paint. The owners are closing on this house right about as we speak. We seem to have a habit of doing that. So we'll have to make sure we get that touch-up done. So beautiful upstairs. Not a lot of an upstairs because it's what we'd call a story and a half. It's mainly a ranch with the 2 beds up. While we're at this point, though, I'd like you to look out over here. Talked about lighting, right? We have a light on top of there. We have a light on top of there. There's a couple more of those windows you saw from down below, 3 more of them. Originally, when I designed the home, another light there, which we put flooring on, and a floor light, so you could put more decoration up there that switched, do a Christmas tree or something on the front of the house. And stand up there. Let me show you what we were going to do. This area over here was originally going to be a balcony. A set of French doors that came out of that 1 bedroom that would do the little moth on the wall. that would do the nursery room I was talking about, the gray bedroom. We were going to have a balcony, a set of French doors that opened in, and you'd be able to walk out 1 or 2 steps and kind of use this area as just a look over. That didn't happen. The client, for whatever reason, just that wasn't in their preference. So we took my original design and scratched that and made it a little bit more to their preference. That's the way it should be, right? So we also have a window over here, which you're not seeing, which you could see if you looked a little closer. Right in the room over here, obscured glass, right in the coat room. This window goes into the laundry room. And there's a window in there, so it kind of lets some of the light through into this coat room. So you end up having some natural daylight in there that you wouldn't normally think you'd have. We'll work ourselves through here. We have this beautiful 6-foot diameter fan with fiberglass blades, and we've used that in the other ranch version of this home. We used it in the kitchen. We have a look-over basement. If you look over here, you'll see how this kind of looks over into a carpeted area. And if you just kind of pull around to the other side, you'll see how it looks over into other areas. You can get a little bit of a peek, which is kind of intriguing when you come in and see what I'd call a peekaboo basement. So there you go, you can see the basement. So the way this is normally set up is there's a dining table, and I say normally, I mean our models. You set it up as however you want, but some people don't want a dining room, but this would be a dining room in our model. We'd have a couch here. Notice we have a floor outlet for electric right here, so right over the couch potentially, or this could be a Christmas tree spot. We've got the TV set up wildly with lowers and upper areas where you could put the TV. We have an area here where another couch goes. The couch literally goes up against here. You don't even know that this area here is here. This is a sit-under area. You notice my use of colors, how I've gone with this dark color. In a few areas it kind of picks up on the colors of the cabinets. Isn't that pretty? The underlighting in the cabinets is really nice. Kind of pulls everything together. We've got the beautiful island in the middle, which is a different color than the rest. We've got the fireplace up high here. The fireplace has backlighting to it. It's a beautiful LED light here. Isn't that gorgeous? This shooting of a color going straight up here. How we've done the backlighting here. We've done that on some other homes. Some of those tracks need to be turned around up there, those track heads. We've taken the windows and gone all the way to the floor instead of going a foot up or a foot and a half up. Has a very metro look that way. Feels very much like you're in a loft in the city looking over in a skyscraper. Then you look over here how we have these are all fixed windows here, but we have one opening window here. We have a crossbar here. That's because you see the side of the house from the outside, and it has crossbars on the opposing windows on the side with that four-sided architecture trying to give you a nice balance. We have the windows over the top of these, the transom windows as we call them. So really taking and bringing you indoor, outdoor. You're really outside. We wanted to create that separation of privacy between you and the next house. Unfortunately, it's too dark to see the pine tree that I tried showing you, but that tree does block you perfectly from the next house. If you looked over at this counter here, you'd see we have an outlet under here. We could put a meatball cooker up here. If you're having a party, we'll take the couch, you could take the couch, and move it forward. And then have 3 more seats here. But typically, you would have 6 seats here. If you put 1 on the end, and 1 on the other end, and 4 here. So 3 more here would give you 9. So you have a 9-seat. This is a 9-foot long, in a round number, piece of granite. And if you ever tried to buy a table that's 9 foot long made out of granite, good luck, because I don't think the movers could move that in and out of the furniture store very easily. So this is something you could do in a built-in that you can't do otherwise. If you wanted to do something different with the home, have at it. We can build a dinette bay out there or whatever you like. So the kitchen itself over here, we're starting with recyclers here and silverware drawer here potentially. So you're loading from dishwasher, which the clients chose a farm sink here. Beautiful. I love the idea that they picked that. That wasn't originally on it. So you have your dishwasher here, and then you take your stuff out of your sink, into the dishwasher, you put it into the silverware drawer, and you set the table over on that side. So it's all working to the right from the logistics of taking and washing and setting the table from the silverware drawer, not having to go through the kitchen to get there. Beautiful cabinetry up on top. 3 doors, 42-inch high here. These are some of the more popular lights we have ever put in a home, and they're really hard to see because it blinds out the camera, but I'll try to blind out some of it here for you. You know, if I turn that on and off quick, because it's LED, watch it kind of warm up. You can get a better glimpse of it in just no, that went right up. Sorry about that. These other ones are larger versions of it. You see the 2 that we have over here, they have the suspended bubbles, just like you kind of saw on that fixture upstairs. I'm going to turn those on and off real quick, because I think those are the ones that take a little longer to go on and off. Watch that now. Going off, you get a better view. Anyway, in reality, we have people asking for these lights and where we got these, because they want them in their house. They are so beautiful. And I'm not going to tell you. You'll have to ask me direct one day. Here we have the same light that we had on the other 2 boxes that were built down in the rest of the room. In the ranch version, this area is up. We have a 12-foot height here, or 10-foot, or whatever you pick. This is not because we have the bedrooms over here. Here we have the different colored piece of granite from the other counters. It kind of makes it look a little nicer, I think, a little bit different. And we have the cabinet underneath on both sides. They have the French door refrigerator here. Cabinet built out here. I think at night what's neat in our homes is you can do a lot of things that you can't do in other homes unless you have a lot of built-in lighting. And we have lighting here, so you get a blast of light here. You could turn on just the lights. If you look around on the other side, stay right where you are, just spin around. But if you look at all the lighting in here, you could turn off lights in here because it is at night. Let me just kind of see if I can play around with a little bit of that for you. And you stay right there. Let me hit some of the lights over here and see if I can give you the effect. There's the main lights over here. But if I were to turn off some of the other lights, you see how that just gives you a completely different kind of a mood to the whole thing. And I'm just tickled with how we can work with our lights and really brighten up the home or bring it down. And this is such a nice looking area. Did we do the 4-corner? Did you stand over there? Let's take the kitchen on the 4-corner. Have some nice big wide drawers over here. Have a great gas range here. I usually turn on the light here. It makes it pop a little bit. And there you have it. I mean, we've taken all of our handles and put them horizontally. Very unusual. A lot of times you'll see handles placed, you know, vertically and horizontal for drawers, and these are all horizontal. Here you have a Lazy Susan in the corner here, and we have a little tray cabinet here, put your cookie trays in, again all with the soft close, and beautiful gray finish paint. It contrasts greatly with the graining of the wood in the oak here. I just think that's a really neat look to kind of mix that up. We've taken some of the color of the wood into here, kind of done a nice, you know, refrigerator cabinet brought out to the front instead of having to reach way over and get to the cabinet in the back. Big pantry over here. I don't think the light's on inside. Oh, it is on inside. How about that? Take a look in there and you'll see how it's a nice sized pantry. It's about 6 feet, 6.5 feet long, 8 foot high, 2-sided pantry. And this should not be here. This should be a piece that's on the floor. I'm going to take this and do something right on camera here, because this door should open up all the way, because I love homes that you can open up the door and just keep it open. If you had it on one of these, you'd have to always have it open or closed. This way you can keep it open. You can use that. You don't really see into there unless you're in just the right spot. But if you look in the kitchen, go in the other corner over here. So you're not really seeing into that pantry in a lot of areas, of course, obviously not from where you are right now. But what a nice look, huh? We're kind of at night, so we don't have that daylight coming in through the patio doors and through the window over there, but still plenty of light to work with and work with food in here. So there you are. I'm going to take this little gizmo and put it in their bottom drawer over here, because we always pick a drawer where we try to put all the extra stuff. All right, and that's one of the extra stuff. Now in the ranch version of the home, we don't need to have a powder room on the first floor. because in the ranch version of the home, if you spun around from where you are and just stay right where you are, this window is a double window here, and then this window is a hallway entrance going into the 2 other bedrooms and a bathroom. And that bathroom is used, of course, by the main part of the house. We do have an option to put a powder room in it if you like a powder room. But remember, we're talking about a 2,100, maybe 2,050 square foot ranch in the normal version. This might be right around that same size. I can't recall right offhand if it grew a little bit when we did the upstairs area or not. I have to check paperwork. But here we have a kind of a powder room that we put in. The other one, this would have been an extension of that coat room. So the coat room that you saw is right on the other side of this wall. This would have been gone. You would have been able to walk straight through to the back hall or to the front hall off of the coat room. In this case, we have a nice little beautiful piece of furnishings here. You can see the mirror, but you'll see the cameraman too if you don't get the right angle. And the elongated raised Kohler toilet, always beautiful. A lot of 3-foot doors. I like the teepee ceiling. I don't know if you can see that with this bright light in your way. I'll turn that. Now you can't see anything. But the ceiling goes up like this. We're using round corners for your knuckles when you're putting in hardcover books in these. They look really beautiful with hardcover books. We're using square corners on the bottom so the books don't fall out, and on the sides. Just a nice looking powder room, as a powder room should look for your guests, right? So nice and convenient to the back hall, nice and convenient to the rest of the house, but still kind of quasi off, a little bit separated with a mini hallway. So let's go and look down the hallway. In our other homes, because we don't have living quarters over you, this would be tall here. This would be 10, 12 feet tall in here, but it's still a really nice area. Now this client wanted to do something different. They wanted an area where they could put in a bench and lockers, but they were going to put in the lockers later, as I recall. So here what we did was we created several different things. This is a drop zone. Sorry to bounce around a bit, but this is a drop zone here, so you can recharge your phone. Have a spot to put your purse. It goes very deep because it goes through this wall and it goes into there. You can't see it from that side. It's only going through the first side of the wall and being incorporated into the wall like a medicine cabinet would be. So, and on this side, we have a spot for a bench or for lockers to be built in. On this side, we could do more lockers or a bench, and it gives you the versatility. You can take down the wire shelving and create something. You could just put a freestanding bench here and you'd have something right away. We do have a cabinet over here. And what I like is with our Wellborn cabinets, we choose many times to have separated doors instead of having one big door that would open up. It gives you more room to work in here. If this had to be a big door, it'd be out to here or out to here. This is a 24-inch by 24-inch cabinet. A lot of times what we'll do is we'll have these taken out and drill a hole in the top shelf, and you can then, or take out the top shelf, and you can put your brooms and your mops and that kind of thing, a vacuum cleaner potentially in here, your cleaning supplies up here, it becomes a cleaning cabinet. Right now it's kind of set up with the shelves, and it could be a spot for your scarves and hats and coats and that kind of, or mittens and that kind of thing. So we have a pocket door over here. Now the other home, this was all one big kind of open laundry room. We didn't have this area. This area was over where the coat room and the powder room were incorporated, okay? So this has now been separated out, and you could put this in our ranch, you could put this in our two-story. If you come in here, we have a really nice area here for a table, excuse me, a countertop. And on this side over here, a very nice spot for your washer and dryer. We have obscured glass on the bottom pane, clear glass on the top pane. This is that window you saw on the other side, where you can get the daylight from this window kind of through into the coat room during the day. We have a single door cabinet here, and one of the nice things we do with the single door cabinets is we always try to put a little filler over here so you're not just opening up your handle, boom, right into the wall. Give yourself a little bit of space. And we have the ducting going into the wall so that you can put your washer and dryer a little closer to the wall and they still take up some space. But here's what you're seeing with our sills. Instead of doing a common sill, we have our own little design where we do an angled drywall here, and then this is dark wood, but we have an angled cut on our sill edge, so it all kind of flows together and looks very contemporary and nice, I think. So let's get a four corner on this small room. If you want to go over there and look on that corner and how this kind of looks up pretty nice. Coming back through this direction, take your time because you're taking a different angle of this room as well. And there we have it. There's an extra closet in the hallway. Step back that way just a bit. The extra closet is a closet where you could use it for your cleaning closet. You could use it for, it's right next to the master bedroom. You could use it for clothes that there's an overflow. You could use it for anything you want. You have the 3-car garage here. Come right in, use that. Here you have the garage. Let's take a look at the garage. I'm going to come way over here. You stay over there. Let me give you an idea of size. Real sizable 3-car garage. I mean, we sometimes will take these 3-car garages, put stairs going into the basement, takes up a little bit extra space. This is deeper than a normal 3-car garage. You want to go in that corner over there? Let's give you a look at that. Little extra piece of drywall left over here. We'll leave that here for repairs or for the client later on. Garage door openers installed. Obscured glass windows here and here. There's that false window up on the top. If you can see that, that's the one that comes out the front side. So, yeah, go in that corner while you're at it, Mr. Cameraman. You look back toward the door. You'll see it all the way back here. A little extra space. Okay, and then the fourth corner over there. This stall here is about, that I think is about a 22-foot deep garage without checking specs, and this is about a 24-foot deep stall here. So beautifully set up for a 3-car garage. Coming in here, you can go right into the grocery path. Going to the kitchen is probably about 15 feet away. Just straight down here, stay there. Just straight down here and around the corner. And if you're coming in to the laundry room, you just put your phone charger there. You might have a shelf here, a glass shelf or what have you. You could put in there for placing some other things, maybe your keys up on a holder, and you're coming right in. Over in this direction, this is the master bedroom. So I want you to take a couple of steps back again and come in here a little slower so you can get an idea of the master bedroom. We'll come in. Welcome to the master. Welcome to the master bedroom. Stay there a moment and just absorb what you've just done. You've just walked into the door. You're in a little mini foyer there. And before I tell you all about it, let's do a two-sided one. Go here. I'll trade places with you here, okay? So you can kind of see where you just came in from. And there you are. Now in our ones that don't have living over you, we'll have a window over this door. So here you're seeing the area of the house that was customized again for the client. In our normal home, our ranch version, we put a cabinet here. In this version, the owner of the home, the lady of the home, wanted to have a nice area to do makeup. So we made this a little lower, got rid of the cabinet from here that was for towels and put it elsewhere. I'll show you that in a moment. Did the low mirror here, did the 2 mirrors here, did the 3 lights here. Just a beautiful area. When you come into this room, there's so many lights. You can see how we can turn off the 2 side lights and just keep on the middle light. See how I can turn off the middle light and just put on the 2 side lights. So quite a bit. There is lighting up on top of this shelf that is just switched on and off with an outlet. So you could put that together there. This is kind of an interesting light. I like this light in particular because, not the light itself, but just the location of it. Stand over here again, let's get that view. This is a light that you can turn on so that if you turned off every other light in the room, and I will do that over here as well, if you turned off all the other lights in the room, you would just have this down light. It doesn't reflect up, it doesn't reflect over, it reflects down because it has a metal shade on it. So that makes sense, right? So let me turn on some of these other lights. Okay, so you're coming in here, you have an area here for your long 6-foot dresser. This is your dresser. I'm always designing for furniture as a very furniture and traffic path, livability sort of items. Doing things that we cut off corners, like a cut off corner over there, so you're not banging into corners. We have ceramic tile under here. I think the clients picked a really beautiful selection of ceramic tile under here. These open areas underneath are a newer item. They're for hampers. You put your basket hampers, 2 of them under each. A bank of drawers for his and a bank of drawers for hers. Really nice way that is set up. We have a Corian top, which they picked out the color on that. The biggest thing Corian has going for it, in my opinion, is that the sinks are then built in, so they smooth. They don't have an undermount edge like you would get a crumb catcher edge or a germ catcher edge. These are very sanitary and a nice clean, this is a Moen product, single handle faucet. The bathroom over here. The bathroom is somewhat separated. We're trying to blur the line between what a house should be. The bathroom has the sinks open here, the 6-foot dresser there, the spot here for a chair or some other furnishings. We could put a little table here with a lamp on it. You can see we're well lit. This is where that extra cabinet went that I said we needed a spot for the towels, and why not have that spot for the towels right next to the shower. You can see that the shower, I don't know if you have well enough light there to be able to get this, but the shower has an extra width to it that we normally don't put in this home. There's that echo. Because the client wanted us to make this a little deeper, so we pushed this into the garage by I think another 6-8 inches, maybe even more than that for the client. There's a little item over here, if we can do a mini 4-corner, or at least a 2-corner. Come over here and take a look here. This is a window. Again, we're always working with natural light. We want a lot of electric light, but if you turn off all the lights, the homes work well. This brings in daylight. This is not an outside wall, but when you look at the other side, here, take a 4-corner, go over there, 3-corner, how about it? We have the look here. Now come around. If you look down, you see a beautiful vent. You see a big window with all obscured glass. We have a wood sill with the angle on the front. And then over here, we have a piece of glass. And that's where a lot of people miss that because they walk past it. But the light comes from here, goes into there, gives you some light inside. So we'll give it 1/4 corner, coming back there. And you can see how this is all set up so beautifully. Tall ceiling too, by the way. And a reflector light that points down and imitates the one that we have out here. So it just keeps this nice and cozy. We have this doored off, but let's go into the main area where the bed would be. And stay right at the opening of the door there. If you look inside, you'll see how this is set up. And this is set up with a beam that protrudes out into sort of an open big room. This is a 10-foot ceiling in here, and there's so much lighting going on in this room above here and onto the sides and under the corners. And if you can get a room lit up from the corners, you really have a big feel to that room. And just to light up your corners, even if you don't light up the middles. Let's go back to that corner over there. Do that 4-corner start here. So you're right where those windows were. Remember when we were on the outside of the home, we were looking out at those windows that are over there? These are the windows. There you have the open shelf. Your bed would go right here. This will easily fit a king-size bed. There's a light switch on each side of the bed that operates our under lighting over here. So each side can get off, and this is your night light, as I would call it. You have a wall over here. Let's go in that corner over there. A wall over here that would be for your TV. Now you have to think this one through because your TV looks like it'd be pretty small, right? This is actually purposely made to have your TV hang over into this area so that it could be, and even over into this area. You could actually do easily a 70-inch, 80-inch, 90-inch if you wanted to, when you measure all the way from here to all the way to here. So it gets quite big. And 4th corner, I think it'd be right over there, right up against where that would be. You can see how that's backlit. And if you look all the way up, we'll get that from the other side too, because that's leading into the master closet. So look at what we've done to the space here. This is probably a 12.5 by 16 sleeping area. And if you're going to do that tall boy dresser, remember your bed would go here. This looks kind of low, but when your bed is under it, you don't have to worry about you walking into it. I'm 6'2". You can kind of see that it's got plenty of clearance. Over here, this under area and that open area over there serve to do something that I can't show you because it's dark out. It will light up with natural light. It will light up your master closet. Your master closet does not have any windows in it, but it has a tremendous amount of daylight in it that come in from below, come in from the side, and come in over the top. So you have a lot of airiness to the closet. You have no door to the closet, and you have a lot of space to that closet. It really feels big. Come around the corner. You can see that cut-off corner I talked about before. You can see the door as we came in here. And we're going to come into the master closet itself. You stay right near the beginning there as you come through. Long shelving over here. Long shelving over here. By the way, this is another idea of the clients. The original home they looked at, which they liked and put an offer in on, but they were not successful in buying that home because there was another person who did buy the home. That was that first blue home, by the way, that we looked at down the way. But side note, they did not have this here. This wall went all the way to the end here, so we had hanging here, but they wanted a little bit more hanging. So we created two things in here. One, this hanging way up, which is for seasonal clothes. I could jump and reach it, but really that's meant to have that little rod like you get at the department stores where you can hang your things up and take them down. So your out of season clothes or your tuxedos and formal wear or stuff that you hope is going to fit someday but it doesn't fit you right now, all can go up there. Or maybe that little closet where you first come in, huh? Here's an opening that you're seeing where that TV area was. You can see how it kind of opened to the other area. Very airy, very roomy. A lot of light where you have this extra little box light. I'll spin you around, get you dizzy. Extra little box light facing up. You have lighting facing down here. If you go in that corner way over there, here's the entrance coming in. I'm going to turn off some of the lights here. Don't want to turn off that one, but I'll turn off some of the other ones here. Let's see. And there we go. So this is just your simple lighting pointing down. It's not putting a lot of light into the other room. So if you're sleeping in the other room, and this is an open top, open bottom, open side, let's see how the light sheds into that room. Come on around. Let's go take a look at that light and see how that's shedding in. Okay, now this is not easy to catch on video, but you can see how it's pretty dark in here. It doesn't bleed a lot of light into the room. So it's the person sleeping here is not going to instantly wake up because you put a lot of light in. Let me get into the light where you can see me, huh? All right. And there we are. Let's see, have we seen every single angle of this room? Good, because the last place we're going to look at is the basement. And the basement is really something to behold. So let's go behold it. Walk down the hallway. And I want you to look at something when you look at the bottom of the stairs here. Something intriguing. You see the blue windows? You stay there. Come down here. Blue window here, which is hard to see from where you're at, and two more blue windows here, backlit with blue light. During the day, it appears as though you have maybe an outdoor window here, but it's really an effect item just to give you some color as you come down, and it's a nice becalming, kind of an interesting, exciting color, the blue that's backlit here. These are false windows, and again, why does one home cost more than another? Windows in the home. We do quite a them. Come on in. I think we're running out of space on our video, are we not? Is that what I'm hearing? Yep, the cameraman's telling me that. So I'm going to give you a quick look at this. This is a storage room over here. If we run out of video, I'm going to just have to continue with the next time. Come on over here. We'll give you a quick peek. This is the balls of the house. I'll pick up the pace a little bit. Coming down here, this is the bowels of the house where you have kind of in the middle of nowhere. This is a hard area to get to. It's all storage area. We are behind the movie screen. You'll see that in a minute. Go way in that corner, and we'll go right back out. Come on out. This is behind those windows that are blue lit. If you look at them from the top, you can see the spotlights, how that's all working. You can see that we have our furnace here. This is a storage area, but it's a little more than that. As you'll see, we have all the paint from the home over here. And step right back up on top of that step as you were coming around the corner there, because I want to show you how you would normally approach the room. Oh, look at this floor. This is an epoxy floor that we put in ourselves, myself and Tim and Paul, other folks with me. We did that. This is a spot for a pool table. They wanted the room to be like the ranch we have, but we don't have as much room in a basement on a ranch. But we do have a pool table area. We have the same components. We have a bar area here that has a sitting area here for the, oh, there's our cameraman coughing. Sitting area here for the bartender. So you can sit out, take a look at the 2 patrons here and the 3 or 4 patrons here, or friends that can all play a game of dice or cards. We have an area here which is set up for your electronics. We have special wiring tubes set up to the back TV over there and to a TV that's right behind you where you are, which can go right here. You notice the odd shape of the counter. The counter was shaped odd because I wanted to put a very long TV on here, and in order to fit that very long TV all the way from here all the way over to here, I couldn't just have this be a normal size cabinet because it wouldn't have had the extra space. So there we have it. So we have some cabinetry here. We have a great spot here for refrigerator. A couple of doors over the top. Didn't have this in either of the other ranches. Gave them a little bonus. Decent sized bar sink over here. And this is that patio door that you looked at when you came out. You came down here. Like you go in that corner over there. Take a look back. I'll go and change positions on you here. The blue lighting that you saw when you were coming down on either side of the movie screen, we've set this up for surround sound with speakers already installed. You can see this area be for your table. So you'd have your card table here. You've got your old-fashioned Edison light bulbs kind of hanging over here. Gives you a nice subdued look. Very moody kind of a look, but yet you're very bright over on the other side of the room where you're playing pool, but on this side subdued. Come on around, come on around. Go over by that far side over here and take a look at the long length of the room. You're also going to see that peekaboo area. So this would be where you'd have 2 couches and a recliner. So couch here facing screen, 7-8 foot long. Couch here facing screen, and recliner on an angle right here, dead center on screen. You could do 3 love seats that would do the same effect as the 2 couches and 1. But there you have a big black wall to put, dark brown, to put your TV on or your projector. It's set up either way. And here you're getting the brick pattern of the concrete that we've had exposed and putting some lighting across it to create shadow lines. So we've got a great color selection on the walls of some tans and things that the clients helped us zero in on. But take a look at the peekaboo area that we saw before that looks above. All right, the peekaboo area here, look all the way up as you come through. Remember this area? That's the front door straight ahead. And if you switch positions with me here and promise not to get too car sick in the process, you've got the position looking toward the kitchen or toward the back of the house right now. Okay, and there you have the staircase on this side. So as you come down, you're getting a little peek of the movie that's right behind you where you're at. So there's the view from the other side. Did we get all 4 corners? Did you go in that corner? Okay, all right. There's sort of the look there. Look at that beautiful floor. And this is the pool table area or the game area or whatever area, not just a big table to eat at, whatever. You have a table area over there, remember. We did finish out something extra for the client. This was supposed to be a bare closet underneath, and we just kept going. I said, let's drywall it, let's put in base mold, let's put in carpet, let's put in a wall light, LED. So this is really a nice storage area again. Storage is something that's a little bit on the short side when you're using a basement on a ranch. You always have a little extra room. But in this house, we're not done yet. We still have storage and another room or 2 to look at. This is lit up wall with all the track lights. We have another lit up their wall over there with all the track lights. We have another lit up wall over here on this angle. I figured out a 4-foot by 7-foot pool table space with 5 foot of Q-swing room all the way around. So we're not hitting anything. That's one of the items. This Edison light bulbs here are really cute, the way that they're all different shapes and types, and it just looks really neat. And you come through here, this is going to be your bedroom and bathroom side, and you come through here, this is a doorless opening to a storage area. So let's go look at the storage area first. How about we do that? So look at that floor, by the way. As long as you're in this area, let's get just a nice look at that. It has sort of an erratic finish on the top, a little bit of shine, a little bit of texture. It really looks like stone, and I just think it looks gorgeous. Took a long time to get there and a lot of tries. I've done it before and it's never easy, but there we are. The brick wall over here again, coming into the storage area. Okay, storage area here was finished out further than what it was supposed to be. We didn't tell the drywaller apparently to not finish the ceilings, and by the time we got here they were already finishing ceilings, they were already finishing the wall. We just kept going. When different people would come, we'd say, okay, as long as we went this far, put in a baseboard, you know, we just kept kind of going. So if they wanted to finish this out, we have a window down here, but this is really their main storage area down here, their main storage area. So if you go in that corner, you'll see we have a electric over there, the egress window over here, we have plumbing, but if this was going to be a bedroom, we had this opening to the bedroom over here, and the bedroom hallway, excuse me. Go over in that corner if you would. You can get a better idea of how this doorless idea works. So you're able to come in, but you don't really see, if you're in this room, you can't really see anybody in it until you actually walk into the doorway. So come around this way. This is the bedroom hallway, and I'm not going to take you through this because I want to get you through the normal way. So let's take you back there. Take you back. And so when you're looking in here, you can put a beautiful picture on the wall here. We have some lighting here. And when you're coming in here, you're not seeing into any bedroom. None of the bedrooms are open. So here you have, because we have this, you know, the angles in the hall, beautiful bathroom, I think. Take a look at the sink. Isn't that gorgeous? All the natural quarried granite on the exterior, and on the inside all polished up. Beautiful. Nice fixtures the clients picked. We have a big towel cabinet over here. Opens up nice and wide. We have drawers underneath here. We have the elongated raised height Kohler toilet again. We have the bathtub over here. And we're going to spin around here if I can. There we go, got a light in there and a fan. This is the final area of the house. The door that goes into the storage area, future bedroom. Come on in here. This is the future bedroom with the brick pattern showing below. Let's get you a good quick 4-corner. If you just want to stand, well, you pick a corner, any corner. Over here, a little bit dark. Bed on this wall, TV on this wall because we have the switching here. And let's go over this way if we can. That corner. Here you're going to get a good idea of where that bedroom hallway was. You see the big window here. And if you come here, we have a doorless closet that has the hanging, about 3.5 feet of hanging on this side. And again, not needed to have a door here because it works just great as a doorless closet. What a great guest room. It has a bathroom close by. It has a bar area so you can get a little snack. Just a nice area to use that has some privacy to it. Bathroom set up very nicely between the area where the where the entertaining is or where the sleeping might be for your guests. So I'm going to walk over here just because I think you need a good end shot here. This has been a custom 2,100 square foot home, Gorilla Shoot. Tom Hignight saying build bold. We'll see you next time.